Good day everyone, good day ma'am. Today I'm going to discuss the qualifications of PPA administrator or assistant administrator. First, at least 35 years of age. Second, holder master's degree or its equivalent in criminology, social work, correction, penology, sociology, psychology, public administration, law, police science, police administration, and the other related fields. Third, at least 5 years of supervisory experience or member of Philippine Bar with at least 7 years of supervisory experience. Next is the other PPA officers. First is the Regional Parole and Probation Offices or the RPPO. The Regional Parole and Probation Offices shall be headed by the Regional Probation Officer who shall be appointed by the President upon the recommendation of the Secretary of Justice. The Regional Probation Officer shall exercise supervision and control over all probation officers within his jurisdiction and such duties as may be assigned to him by the administrator. Whenever necessary, he shall be assisted by the assistant regional probation officer who shall also be appointed by the President upon recommendation of the Secretary of Justice. Second is the provincial and city probation officers. So, there must be at least one probation officer in each province and city who shall be appointed by the Secretary of Justice. Upon recommendation of the administrator and in accordance with the civil service law and rules, the provincial and city probation officers shall exercise the following duties. First, investigate all persons referred to him for investigation by the proper court or the administrator. Second, instruct all probations under his supervision or that of the probation aid on the terms and conditions of their probation. Third, keep himself informed and the conduct of condition of probation must under his charge and use all suitable methods to bring other or about an improvement in their conduct and condition. And fourth, maintain a detailed record of his work and submit such written reports as may be required by the administration or court having jurisdiction over the probationer under his supervision. Fifth, prepare a list of qualified residents of the province or city where he is assigned who are willing to act a probationer aides. And sixth is the supervise the training of probation aides and oversee the latter's supervision of probationers. 7. Exercise supervision and control over all field assistants, probation aides and other personnel. And last, perform such duties as may be assigned by the court or the administration. And the third, field assistants, subordinate personnel. So, regional, provincial, or city probation officers shall be assisted by such field assistants and subordinate personnel as may be necessary to enable them to carry out their duties effectively. According to Section 27 of Presidential Decree 968 as amended by Republic Act number 1070. And let's proceed to the qualification of regional assistants, regional, provincial, and city probation officers. So, no person shall be appointed regional or assistant regional or provincial or city probation officer unless possesses the following qualifications. So, first qualification, at least a bachelor's degree with a major in social work, sociology, psychology, criminology, penology, correction, police science, police administration, or related fields. Second, at least 3 years of experience in work requiring any of the above mentioned disciplines or is a member of Philippine Bar with at least 3 years of supervisory experience. And note that whenever practicable, the provincial or city probation officer shall be appointed from among qualified residents of the province or city where will be assigned to work, according to Section 25 of Presidential Decree 968 as amended. So, proceed to power to administer oaths to take depositions and be considered as person in authority. In Section 4 of Republic Act 1070. 7. So, Section 24 states that miscellaneous powers of regional, provincial, and city probation officers, regional, provincial, or city probation officers shall have the authority within their territorial jurisdiction to administer oaths and acknowledgement and to take dispositions dispositions in connection with their duties and functions under this decree. They shall also have, with respect to probationers under their care, the powers of a police officer. They shall be considered persons in authority. Next topic is the Volunteer Probation Assistants or the VPAs under the Section 6 of Republic Act 10707. So, Section 8 states that volunteer probation assistants or the VPAs to assist the chief probation and parole officers in the supervised treatment program of the probationer. The probation administration may appoint citizens of good repute and probity who have the willingness, aptitude, and capability to act as the volunteer probation assistants. So the volunteer probation assistants shall not receive any regular compensation except for the reasonable transportations and meal allowances as be determined by the probation administrator for service rendered as the volunteer probation assistants. And also, they shall hold officer for a 2-year term which may be renewed or recalled anytime. So, for just cause, their functions, qualifications, and continuance in office and maximum cost loads shall be further prescribed under the implementing rules and regulations of this act. And there shall be a reasonable number of the volunteer probation assistants in every regional, provincial, and city probation office in order to strengthen the functional relationship of the volunteer probation assistants and the probation administrator. The latter shall encourage and support these former to organize themselves in the national, regional, provincial, and city levels for effective utilization, coordination, and sustainability of the volunteer programs. Next topic is the restorative justice or RG. So, it is the philosophy and a process whereby stakeholders in a specific offense resolve collectively how to deal with the aftermath of the offense and its implication for the future. It is a victim-centered response to crime that provides opportunity for those directly affected by the crime. So, the victim of the offender, their families, and the community to be directly involved in the responding to the harm caused by the crime. Its ultimate objective is to restore the broken relationships among stakeholders. Also, the restorative justice process provides a healing opportunity for affected parties to facilitate the recovery of the concerned parties and allow them to move on with their lives. And according to John Braithwaite, restorative justice is a process where a stakeholder affected by an injustice have an opportunity to discuss how they have been affected by the injustice and to decide what should be done to repair the harm. With crime, restorative justice is about the idea that because crime hurts, justice should be healed. And it follows that conversation with those who have been hurt and with those who have inflicted the harm must be centered to the process. And according to Dr. Caroline's Voyes Watson in 2014 at Suffolk University, Centers for Restorative Justice defined restorative justice as a growing social movement to institutionalize peaceful approaches to him. Problem solving and violations of legal and human peaceful approaches to harm. Problem solving and violations of legal and human rights. These range from international peacemaking tribunals such as the South Africa Truth and the Reconciliation Commission to innovations within the criminal and juvenile justice systems. So schools, social service, and communities rather than privileging the law. So professionals and the state restorative resolution engage those who are harmed, wrongdoers, and their affected communities in such of solutions that promote repair and reconciliations and the rebuilding of relationship. So, in short explanation, the RG or the is refers to an approach to the justice that seeks to repair harm by providing an opportunity for those harmed and those who are responsibility for the harm to communicate about the affects their needs in the aftermath of a crime. So, next is the comparing restorative justice from traditional criminal justice. So, in restorative justice, can be seen or identified of who has been hurt, what are their needs, whose obligations are this, and what are the causes, who has a stake in the situation, what is the appropriate process to involve stakeholders in an effort to address causes and put things right. And in traditional criminal justice, what laws have been broken, who did it, and what do the offenders deserve. So, next topic is the therapeutic community or TC. So, therapeutic community is a self-help social learning treatment model used in the rehabilitation of drug offenders and other clients with behavioral problems. So, therapeutic community address to precepts of rights living. So, the therapeutic community is an environment that helps people get help while helping themselves. It operates in a similar fashion to a functional family with a hierarchy structure or older and younger members. Each member has a defined role and responsibilities for sustaining the proper functioning of the therapeutic community. There are sets of roles and community norms that members commit to live by the uphold upon in 3. The primary therapist and teacher is the community itself, consisting of peers, staff, or the probation and parole officers, and even volunteers, probation aides or the VPA, who as role models of successful personal change, serve as guides in the recovery process. That's all. Thank you.